have located the shrink ray in a secret lab, and once we take this shrink ray, we will have the capability to pull off the true crime of the century. We are going to steal. Wait! I haven't told you what it is yet. Hey, Dave, listen up, please.
We heard the first recordings of Steve, who had done this voice, and the minute we heard it, we looked at each other and said that makes our job a lot easier, doesn't it? Because now we go back through the script, we start at the beginning, and you just kind of look at every line and hear that voice in your head, and it instantly makes it easier to write for. It makes things funnier, and it was like a gift that we got that voice.
I will be the greatest villain of all time. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's good. When we heard his first session, and that came back, and just the way he would play with syntax, or someone who clearly English is a second language, that absolutely informed every single line we wrote for him after that point. And before that, we had kind of played around with maybe Gru had an accent, but at that point, he nailed it, and that was much easier.
It was a long 4 years because the two of us just talked to each other like that for 4 years, and it got a little tiring.
Yeah.
Come on now, it's bedtime. Did you brush your teeth? Let me smell. Let me smell. You did not. Put on your PJs. Hold still. Okay, seriously, this is very bad. Time, right now. I'm not kidding around. I mean it.
But we're not tired.
Well, I am tired.
Will you read us a bedtime story?
Oh, fine. All right. Sleepy kittens. Sleepy kittens. 3 little kittens love to play. They had fun in the sun all day. Wow, this is garbage. You actually like this?
We're starting with the idea that the protagonist is a bad guy. And I think that premise allowed people to free themselves from sort of preconceived notions about how to approach an animated film. And I found that almost everybody that we talked to about being involved artistically in the film was hooked from that idea forward.
The rest of the plan is simple. I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What? Sorry. Did you... Excuse me for just 1 second. I told you not to touch your things. I told you 1,000 times.
Ken has 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. And that's why initially we just said we have to do this movie. We love this movie because this movie was our most personal movie so far because there was so much of, being a dad in this. It's all about sort of the journey you take as you sort of put your evil guy aside and become a dad.
Well, and Sergio, who came up with the story, almost every one of his drawings he captured a moment where, as a parent, you go, I've been there. I've been there. He just had, those were the key the things that he sold this story on those moments as a parent, that your frustration and your insecurity and the fun of a villain now having to do this.
As you can see, I have provided everything a child might need. All right. Clearly, we need to set some rules. Rule number 1. You will not touch anything.
What about the floor?
Yes, you may touch the floor.
What about the air?
Yes, you may touch the air.
What about this?
Ah! Where did you get that?
Found it.
We were not trying to make a blockbuster film. We were just trying to make a film that we were all proud of and that I felt confident would be profitable, because if we were profitable, we could make another film, and that was the goal. And so that becomes as we move forward, it becomes a tension for me to live up to those guiding principles in which the company was founded, and not become imprisoned by our first success.